Today in this show, we're going to be talking about some Justice League members that you might not know about. So first, we have a character that a lot of people know about, but not many people actually know he was in the Justice League. Freddie Freeman, also known as Captain Marvel Jr. Freddie becomes Captain Marvel because Billy Batson is actually stripped of his powers by the wizard Shazam, and so is Black Adam and Isis. He attempts to strip Freddie of his powers as well, but he's unable to do so because Freddie's powers don't come through Shazam. They come directly from the Lords of Magic. Freddie is actually the chosen champion of the 6 gods, and it's a great thing that he didn't lose his powers because if he does, he loses the ability to walk, which is really sad. Eventually, Freddie would join Hal and Oliver's Justice League while all of them were going after the villain Prometheus, but Supergirl would eventually realize that Captain Marvel wasn't Freddie, it was Prometheus in a disguise, and Prometheus had sewn Freddie's mouth shut so he couldn't call down lightning to save himself. If you think that sounds dark for a Justice League story, you would be right. This is actually in a darker version of the Justice League called Justice League Cry for Justice, and I've put links to mycomicshop.com down below to where you can read the full story for yourself. So next we have Bulleteer. Her real name is Alex, and she was created by Grant Morrison in his 7 Soldiers series. So Alex just wanted a normal life with her husband. She just wanted everything to be as normal as possible. Lance, her husband, however, wanted to be a hero. He wanted to be famous, and he wanted to rub elbows with the Justice League. And he figured he could make this a reality for himself and his wife, because he was a research scientist. He eventually created something called the Smart Skin, which was a type of skin that bonded to flesh upon contact, and it gave you superhuman strength, flight, and invulnerability. So he tested it on himself and began to suffocate. So he reached out to his wife for help, and she also began to suffocate. And eventually the two of them were taken into hospital, but only Alex was saved. Now considering herself a freak because of her silver skin, Alex quit her job teaching autistic children and turned to alcoholism, and her depression worsened when she found out one of the main driving factors for her husband wanting to be a hero was because he had an obsession with a superhuman teenage porn star named Sally Sonic. However, one night she would be looking to kill herself and she saw people stuck in a burning building. So she used her new powers to save them, and upon saving them, these people called her a hero, and her career skyrocketed from there. She would join the Justice League for a short while, however this team would disband when a group of heroes that were totally untrained from the Everyman Project would interrupt their battle with time travelers. It turned out that the time travelers were just a decoy by Skeets, who was corrupted because he wanted to draw out the time traveler Rip Hunter. When this failed, Skeets went about killing all the heroes from the Everyman Project. The League were helpless to do anything about this, so they decided to split up. Alex would stay on as a hero, however, and after Final Crisis, she would join the Resistance set up by Alan Scott. The next hero we're going to talk about is Obsidian, who would first appear in All-Star Squadron in 1983. He's actually the biological son of the Golden Age Green Lantern Alan Scott and the Golden Age villainess Thorn. However, he was raised in adoption. He would eventually find out that he had a biological sister somewhere, so the two of them would meet up, discover they both had powers, and decide to follow in the footsteps of their biological father and become heroes. He became a founding member of Infinity Inc., which was a group of heroes that wanted to continue the legacy of the Justice Society, and it's because of this he became affiliated with the Justice League. Now, due to his powers being linked to shadows and death, and due to his mother's mental illness, he had schizophrenia. So after seeing a lot of death in his career, and after his team split up, he became corrupted and turned evil and wanted to spread darkness across the entire land. It was only thanks to the Justice League defeating him that he was cured of his mental illnesses, but he had to retire from the world of heroes. Later on down the line, we would find out that he's come out as gay and is dating a man named Damon Matthews, and the two of them are very happy together. And in Infinite Crisis, where his sister would die, he would once again become a hero and continue his relationship with Damon, and everything would be just fine for the two of them. I love the Justice League because they're one of these really weird teams that have this feel of exclusivity inside of them, yet they have a lot of members, which is a really weird nuance that I love reading. And I also love that no one joins the Justice League and leaves as the exact same person. Like, joining the Justice League is a life-changing experience. I'd love to write the Justice League one day. I think it would be an amazing honor. I don't know what I would do with them at this point in time. Something huge. Something huge. I know that. I just like to be a part of that legacy. It's super effective! Okay guys, that is it for today. Who are your favorite members of the Justice League? Please let me know in the comments down below. And also don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more history videos. And also don't forget to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, support the show by checking out my Patreon so I can make bigger and better videos when we hit that A-list character goal, and subscribe to my gaming channel. My name is Faust, this has been Exploring Comics, and it is super effective.